Senator Douye Diri's assumption of office on the 14th of February 2020 as the fifth executive governor of Bayelsa State signaled a new era for the people of the state on many fronts. Apart from the huge and sustained investments in infrastructure, agriculture, health, and general administration, education is a key area the administration is focused on. As a former secondary school teacher, Governor Diri believes that education is a time-tested tool that empowers individuals and enlightens society. So, over the last 3 years, he has continued to address the myriad of problems confronting the sector. In tackling these problems, Governor Diri adopted a holistic problem-solving approach that will improve the quality of education, create a conducive teaching and learning environment with the ultimate goal of promoting excellence in government schools. In line with this problem-solving approach, the administration in the first quarter of 2021 directed relevant stakeholders to embark on physical assessment of the government-owned 504 primary and 207 secondary schools to ascertain the exact conditions of the schools, identify their problems, as well as proffer immediate, short, and long-term solutions. The outcome of the school assessment visits led by the Education Commissioner, Dr. Gentle Emela, revealed primarily that many schools were dilapidated and in dire need of repairs, that there was shortage and inequitable distribution of teachers between schools in the rural and urban areas, and that there were overcrowded classrooms, particularly in schools within Yenagoa, the state capital. The assessment visits also resulted in the rejigging of the secondary school's curriculum and the adoption of STEM as a new policy for the sector. STEM education, which has science, technology, engineering, and mathematics as its core areas, was adopted to provide young Bayelsans with technical education that will equip them with relevant, practical, and marketable skills. By laying emphasis on technical and vocational education, government aims at developing manpower for the local economy and creating entrepreneurs who will be able to run their own businesses rather than wait around to be employed after graduation. It is in pursuance of this objective that the state government in 2021 approved the establishment of 8 new technical colleges, one for each of the 8 local government areas.
At the beginning of this administration, the government came up with a policy of looking at education that will provide or give children the needed skills to be useful to themselves, to be able to be employers of labor on graduation. And by that, we are talking about technical education. And as a policy of the government, we are building at least 1 technical college in every local government. As a state, we discovered that most of these artisans are non-natives. You need a plumber to come and do work in your house. You discover that they are from maybe Delta State, some of them are from Akwa Ibom and the rest. And we don't have people at that level. So deliberately, we are creating that level of manpower so that this school will fill those gaps for the state. And as we speak, we've equipped 3 of these schools to international standards. You know, of course, this technical college doesn't mean that by the time you graduate from here, you cannot move further. You can still go for tertiary education.
3 of these technical colleges, located in Yenagoa, Ofoni, and Sampo, have been built and now fully equipped, while those in Ogbea and Nembe, Brass, Ekeremo, and Southern Ijo local government areas have been built and will be equipped soon, as these schools are expected to commence classes in the next academic session. These technical colleges offer practical courses in various crafts including information, technology, bricklaying and concreting, mechanics, electrical installations and maintenance, bookkeeping, garment making, catering, plumbing and pipe fitting, as well as carpentry.
We have equipment worth over 300 million in this school. And when you compare it, when you add it with other schools, we are talking of over 1 billion naira. And the equipment has really helped the school. We don't talk much on theoretical. Theoretical is just 40%, 60% is practical. Every child must be in the workshop for practicals. It's compulsory. If you're a product of this school, or any of the technical colleges, maybe from the electrical sector, with just your hand tools, you feed yourself. And with just your hand tools, you can fund your higher education. Assume you are in the university. You can raise money to pay your fees, you can raise money to feed. These are the basic things. And these things will also make you out of the street. Cultism, Yahoo, all those things will come to an end with this education.
Government's huge investment in the technical colleges is further proof of its commitment to ensure that middle-skilled manpower, which is crucial to the academic development of a state, can be sourced from young Bayelsans.
I've learned battery charging. So if anyone that I see on the way, like their car is dead or something, I can help them charge up. I've learned winding, electrical winding and rewinding. I've studied domestic installation and it has helped me so much in domestic installation work when we do at home. Like in school, they take us for practicals and we do a lot of things. Like I can wire a house right now, and even my neighbor, their house got burned and they called me. I was able to rectify the fault. I hope on building my own school, like the technical school too, and having my own electrical shop, a very big electrical shop.
At the primary school level, the seamless implementation of the state government's free and compulsory education is being actualized in partnership with the state's Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB. In the last 3 years, 43 primary schools have been built, bringing the total number of primary schools to 547 as against 504 that existed in 2020. Also, over 100 primary schools have been renovated, while other infrastructure such as perimeter fencing, toilets and concrete walkways have been provided for several schools. These many primary school projects were possible because of the administration's up-to-date payment of its counterpart funding for basic education. Between 2020 and 2022, Bayelsa State Government has paid over 3.5 billion naira as its counterpart funding for the Universal Basic Education Commission UBEC projects, thus bringing in over 7 billion naira investments into the primary school sector.
Our miracle governor, Senator Douye Diri, is really performing on the basic education sector. Since he assumed duty in February 2020, he has never failed to pay the counterpart funding. He always pays as at when due. So we are right now ahead of other states. Other states are now still battling for back to 2020, 2019, 2021, and so on. We are right now on 2022. We are using the 2022 counterpart funding for infrastructural development, building of schools, new school buildings, renovation of dilapidated structures, providing boreholes for the primary school children, constructing walkways within the school compounds across the 8 local governments. When I compare Bayelsa State to some other states that are still struggling to pay for their counterpart funding, we don't have that experience. We are free, and as we stand, is preparing to pay for 2023.
In addition, Governor Diri's administration in 2023 built a new administrative complex for the State Universal Basic Education Board to enable them perform optimally. The new building, which replaces an older one in disrepair, has about 30 offices, 3 conference rooms, a situation room, and provides office space for over 100 staff. Also conscious of the fact that primary education is the foundation upon which other levels of education are built, as well as its critical role in shaping impressionable children, Governor Diri's government is also executing new and innovative ways to improve primary education. One of these innovative measures is a program called Bielsa Prime, a code name for Bielsa Promoting Reforms to Improve and Modernize Education. The program, which commenced in February this year with a training of 2,182 teachers, is currently being implemented in schools in 4 local government areas, namely Yenagoa, Sagbama, Kolokmo-Pokuma, and Ogbia. It is presently being used to teach about 37,000 pupils in 222 primary schools, and by the next academic session, Bielsa Prime will be available in all the 547 primary schools found within the 8 local government areas in the state.
What does E stand for? And when the ears are listening, the character board is one of the motivational tools that the Bielsa Prime has introduced to the primary school sector that has helped pupils to improve their character and also encourage them to work hard. A punctual and organized person always comes on time and comes with their complete writing material. For that, today's punctual and organized is Keme, and that's why today Keme's name is going to go on the board for punctual and organized.
The program, powered in collaboration with a technical partner, has made teaching, school administration, supervision, and monitoring more efficient and effective. Teachers have tablets that, among other features, contain lesson notes for various subjects, while supervisors using a smartphone can access the attendance register of teachers and pupils and also monitor what they do in class. Data collected from Bielsa Prime has also made it possible to reward and appreciate primary school teachers who are excelling at their jobs, further motivating them.
Bringing in Prime has made the works of teachers more effective. Before now, every teacher has the problem of preparing a lesson note. Today, we have a unified lesson note. So for instance, let me give an example. Whatever that may be taught in a school, maybe in Angolo government area, it could be St. Peter's Primary School. That same content is what's been taught in Bisini. That same content is what's been taught in Sagbama, Tungbo, maybe Kolo, and Mayal at the same time. So it gives us a level of uniformity. Every child is given the opportunity to be at par with each other. And then it makes the classroom more friendly. The children now are leaving private schools back to the public schools.
As a teacher, we used to write long lesson notes and all that. But with the introduction of our tab, the tab now has made our job very, very easy. I sit down with my tab, just go through the tab, and I'm teaching. Just take a quick prep of it, and immediately I'm teaching. Marking of attendance became very easy. You come to the class, the pupil's name are already there. You don't need to rule for every class. The tab already has all that in stock, and every day you mark your morning and afternoon section with your tab. It has also helped the teachers to be tech, as in they are now doing their things technologically. They don't need to write and write and write and write. They are now tech informed.
Due to the significant and positive impact Bayelsa Prime is having in primary schools, Governor Diri has directed that the program be implemented in junior secondary schools from the next academic session. The improvements in primary school have led to an increased enrollment across the state. For example, in Yenagoa local government area, there is a 25% increase in school enrollment between 2019 and 2023. While in 2019, pupil enrollment was at 25,492. As at July 2023, it stands at 30,474. At the post-primary school level, Diri's government is also committed to ensuring that the state's free education policy for government secondary schools is fully implemented. The Prosperity Administration is building new secondary schools, especially within Yenagoa, the state capital, to decongest overpopulated secondary schools. In the last 3 years, 16 new secondary schools have been built, while expansion and renovation of existing schools have also been done. Across the 8 local government areas, contractors handling various contracts are working their toes to actualize an effective learning environment for the Bayelsa child.
Your government has constructed additional 5 new schools in Yenagoa metropolis, including this one that we are about to commission today. And this is the only legacy that we can leave for our children. Education is the legacy. When you educate a man, a woman, you educate the society.
Besides the provision of books, furniture, lab equipment and instructional materials, government continues to pay WAEC and NECO fees for final year students in all 216 public secondary schools. Also, Governor Diri's government continues to provide free education for over 10,000 students in its 11 model boarding schools. Government is feeding, providing textbooks, writing materials, learning aids, laboratory equipment and uniforms for students in these schools. From February 2020 to June of 2023, over 440 million naira has been spent on these items. Furthermore, to deal with the incessant closure of schools due to the annual flooding, Governor Diri's government has instituted a new school calendar. The first term of every academic session now starts in August rather than in September. The new calendar ensures that schools are on holiday and students are at home during the flood season. While on holiday, the students are however able to take school lessons that are broadcast on local radio stations.
We need to organize holiday classes for them to prepare them for WAEC and NECO. And not only that, payment of teachers' salary is very regular. Even the allowances, even those who are about to retire, they don't have fee again because gratuity is there for them. And then the allowances are regular, like interest of principals, vice principals, sports masters, games masters, even in every area, not only in academics, even in sports, we are faring very well.
Governor Diri's government is also not oblivious of the fact that knowledge impacted cannot rise above the quality of its teachers. And so, top on the chart of this administration's agenda is teachers' welfare. Delays and non-payment of salaries for secondary school teachers is now a thing of the past. Like other civil servants, teachers now receive their salary before the 28th of each month. Also, the issue of shortage and uneven distribution of teachers is being addressed. Government has begun the process of recruiting 2,000 teachers and will ensure their equitable distribution. In addition, Governor Douye Diri is investing in the training and retraining of secondary school teachers in order to bring them up to speed on new teaching methods and emerging technologies. In order to ensure that the objectives of these trainings are met, government has continued to partner with organizations with capacity to handle such trainings. In the last 3 years, about 12,000 teachers have received various trainings in different subject areas, including ICT, to improve on their skill set and expand their knowledge base. Consequently, performance of Bayelsa children in external examinations have improved tremendously, with higher percentage of the candidates who participated in the National Examination Council (NECO) and West African Examination Council (WAEC) examinations getting their required credits and gaining admission into higher institutions. Recent statistics from WAEC shows that in 2020, only 25% of candidates in Bayelsa who took the WAEC exam had credit in at least 5 subjects, including English and mathematics. However, in 2022, the number rose to 67.4%, indicating that the transformative reforms by Governor Diri's government are yielding great results and repositioning the education sector for good.